Hey guys, so just wanted to wish you a happy Saturday. It's dark out, like it's a miserable November day, but like just stay well, look after yourselves. Just wanted to finish off another part, so part 5 of my diagnosis story, like the recent one. Just getting out of breath. I'm out of practice. The whole point of that wasn't to be negative or, to treat anyone badly or blame anyone. It's just to acknowledge why it may have come about, It's just a tricky thing. Like, it's not easy to come to terms with it, and just annoy me because when people ask, oh, what does that mean? How did that happen? You kind of have to say it, like, it's not nice. I'll just show you this, like, just to get you all in a good mood. Out with the dog again. Just puts me in a better mood and stops me ranting any more than I normally do. It's not the nicest day, but getting outside is really important for my well-being. I think it is for everybody's. Like, sitting in all day puts me in such a shit mood, so just hasn't been easy, recently. That's why I'm just having a bit of a rant, not trying to piss anyone off or have a go at anyone, but just another thing to add to the list, so yeah, just thought I'd make a video detailing it while I was out and about rather than sitting in. This fella's wanting to say hello to a few neighbours' dogs. Oh, Alf, good boy. So yeah, just while I was out, I thought I'd add to that because I know the phone died on me yesterday, and a bit of it cut out when I was ending it because I knew I was short on battery. But November's it's a bad month for a lot of people, so I just wanted to give a bit of hope. People will probably be sick of listening to me and seeing me, but I'd rather that than I go off and top myself, so fuck it. If you're getting sick of me, good, means that you're seeing me. Yeah, I always get sidetracked. That's just part of what goes on in that fucking brain. But EUPD would explain the really intense emotional reactions to stuff that I've had, where I can't stay focused because I'm just controlled by my emotions. And I guess to anyone out there who kind of wondered, this fella seemed great one day and then the next he wasn't with it. Hope that clarifies it, because it might seem a bit off sometimes, and I use rugby as an example a lot of times. The reason I do that is because I think you can actually see it. Like, some weeks I'll be really up for a game, and I'll be raring to go. I'm just firing on all cylinders, I'm doing well. Next week I could just be in a terrible headspace, not want to even show up. Completely different, Somehow I managed to always play decently. Is that even a word? But I think it's a good thing to use. And I'm wasps still around this time of year. Can you believe that? Just catch my breath. You can see how worked up I even get now. I kind of got frustrated about sport, but having autism and borderline personality disorder, or at least the traits, I definitely think, given all that shit, and then another wonderful physical diagnosis now. I have to go and get assessed for IBS. So I get really bad bloating, you know, and shortness of breath. So I have to go get assessed for that as well, and it also might explain my shortness of breath now. Because when I was fit, even sometimes I just would struggle, you know, to keep showing up and running. It's just been a tricky couple of years, and then stress causes inflammation, and had a lot of that over the last couple of years. And some people deal with an unbelievable amount of stress, and they do better than I would, but we all have our different thresholds. Some people are just able to cope with an unbelievable amount, but it will catch up with you, especially if you're drinking and trying to cope with it in unhealthy ways. Like I'm at peace now with the fact that I burnt myself out. I know I did. I know I couldn't have given it any more. That's why making spontaneous videos like this just kind of makes me realise it, you know. If you're wondering, no, I'm not wearing the same outfit. I'm wearing a different top. It's my new one that I got actually for coaching. Show you now. There's the crest. Lovely kit, all for free as well. Like, very generous of the school. Have to give a shout out to Oatlands College. That's something that I'm really happy I start doing, and I'm glad I said yes to a lot of things, just to know whether I can or cannot do them. Now, I have burnt myself out saying yes and being a people pleaser, for sure. And I don't recommend you say yes to everything, but to know, how do I put it, sir? Like, if you don't try something, you'll never know whether you like it or not. You can say, oh, that was shit, I look like a fool, I wasted my time, but at least you'll know. Like, you'll know that I gave it a chance. I didn't like it. But for me, it gives me peace of mind knowing I tried. That's kind of like a motto that I've been living by, but it's very difficult, like, when you don't know who you are. That's how I kind of knew it wasn't just autism, there had to be something else. And while it's a relief, it's still like, what the fuck do I do now? Because of a diagnosis, but it's not going to go away. I think I've taken good steps because I have been more self-aware, and putting yourself in an ultra stressful environment means that you build up a higher threshold. So things that seem stressful, or at least I find that anyway, like if I you know, like doing boxing or playing a rugby match, you get physically hurt, but means social interactions aren't as threatening. I'm kind of like, oh right, not as bad, or haven't socialised or built up a skill set. Because you can imagine, like, if you're asocial but you're also like really agitated, emotional and aggressive, it's like, who the fuck's gonna want to be around that, you know? It's tough, but at least I've tried stuff. But you can't be confident if you don't know who you are, what you stand for. People can sway you, you know, like people could say, oh, do you like this? And you'll be like, oh yeah, don't know, but I'll give it a try. And a lot of times as well, I look like a jack of all trades and a master of none because I have said, fuck it, I'll give it a go. And there's a lot of people out there who, if they're not good at something, they just won't try it, you know, because they know they look like a fool. Whereas I haven't really had that, because I don't know what I'm good at. Well, I do. It's good at rugby, but it takes it out of you. Like, when you have to socially interact, that causes burnout. When your emotions are all over the shop, and now I know why, that causes burnout. Because, like, there's autistic people out there who are really good at one thing and they'll just specialise in that, and they don't even bother their arse with anything else. So for me, I kind of gave everything a go because I wasn't allowed to be myself in a lot of aspects. And like, I the family members I love and get on well with them, but they don't know me. They don't know who I am because I put on a show for everyone, where I'm an emotional fucking wreck most of the time. And when you know stuff is good for you, like I was saying, but you know going out for this walk will be good for you. You know going for a cold water swim will be good for you. But you just feel, and this will be the depression aspect of it, but the emptiness inside you just means I'll do it in a few minutes, I'll do it in an hour. That's the best description of depression I've ever heard, is like, you know certain things are good for you, but you can't find the energy to do them. It's not sadness, it's a lack of anything inside you. Which is why I start this channel, just to, you know, reach out to people. It's like, you feel like shit if you sit in all day, but as soon as you go outside for a walk, first thing you want to do is get back in. And like, I'll be out on this walk and I'll be fine for a little bit, like half an hour or so, but as it comes to about an hour, I was doing a longer walk yesterday when I made these videos, and you start to kind of go, oh fuck's sake, I'm knackered, I want to get home now and I want to put the feet up. But if you do that all day, you feel like, oh, I should have gone out today. What a waste of a day, just sitting in all day. And it's mad, like, it's literally a catch-22 situation. But like, you know when people say just show up, and I completely get that. Just show up, be there. It's when you're physically having to challenge yourself, which is why I've taken a breather from intense exercise, because my body was shot. The stress was unreal, and people keep preaching that, you know, get up at 5 AM and exercise, and I've done that, tried it, and you know what, yeah, felt good sometimes, felt productive, felt like I was doing something, but then I got sick, because I was stressed. I could literally feel the correlation of stress and burning myself out completely. Felt super motivated, and then I was doing too much. I was getting up, you know, in the cold winter months, early in the morning, lifting big heavy weights. Wasn't even, like, I've done cardio before early in the morning, and that made me sick as a dog. There he is, told you'd feature in future videos. Good boy. But everybody has their threshold, and I guess I didn't listen to mine. I think that's where borderline comes in, because I've seen autistic people who know their own mind. You know, they don't have the ability to multitask and do as many things as other people. They know where they will and won't go out. That's a big thing, you know. With me, I'd be like, I don't have the right to say that. Don't even know if that's the best way to put it, but I am less than everybody else. I should be grateful anyone wants to be in my company. That's a fucking hard thing, you know, like when you constantly feel your boundaries don't matter, everybody else's do. And EUPD gets a bad rep because you're seen as being violent, or you're seen as, and I'm guilty of judging it like that as well, because like I say, I worked with someone who was quite moody and in a huff all the time, and customers didn't like them. But the reality is, and I was only looking up these stats, 10% of people with this disorder kill themselves, and 65 to 80% engage in self-harm. Those stats are unbelievable. It's got a very high suicide rate, which is mad. So be careful and mind yourself, but don't judge someone going through this, like, because you don't know what's going on. November's a tough month, like, guys, so that's why I came on, just to give an update and a mental health post, and to clarify why I made that video yesterday. It wasn't to blame anyone, it was to rant, vent if you want, you know. Good boy. You know, like to reach out to people and hopefully brighten up somebody else's day, but sometimes you're not even, you don't want to give false hope. You want to just relate and know that someone gets your struggle so they can relate to you. You don't have to offer advice all the time, but just know that you get it, you understand them, and you be there for them, And on that note, guys, have a good Saturday. See you the next one.